Hi, this is Lexi from Last Mile SF, and today we are putting in a second battery in our Segway Xyber. First thing we're going to do is take off these side panels. For this you're going to need your 4mm. Now that those two panels are removed, we're going to take this battery out. To do this you're going to need your keys, and we'll start by undoing this strap. Once it can't go any further, you come down here and pull this guy out. And we'll set that kind of off to the side. We'll unplug it, pull this guy open, then off the battery. Then we'll take the key, turn it all the way to the left, and the battery should just kind of slide right out. Now that the battery's out of the way, we're going to remove this panel. You're going to need your 4mm Allen key, and we're going to undo these 3 screws. Now that that panel's out of the way, we're going to remove this section. To do that, you're going to need to take this rubber piece out, and we're going to remove 3 screws on both sides. So we'll take this guy out, and then we're going to take these guys out. All right, now that you've got all those screws out, we're going to take this panel off. It consists of 2 pieces. So first you got to take this piece off, and then you got to take this little piece off as well. Kind of wiggles out. Okay, so this section comes out as well. This part can be a pain in the ass. So what we did was we pulled this cord down by undoing the zip tie. And so we had more access to the back here. And what you're going to be looking at is this panel. These 2 pieces have to come apart. That's where the cord went. To do that, we took a flathead screwdriver and we pushed this button in on both sides. And it comes right undone. The next thing we're going to do is take off this plastic piece so we can get to the motor controller. Let's pull this guy right off. Now that that guy's clear, we can start removing this single battery harness. We're going to start with these 2 guys. You can use a Phillips head screwdriver for that, but we found it way easier to use an 8mm socket wrench. So we're going to take these guys off. The screws are out of there, so we can take these guys out. We're going to thread this guy through here so we can pull it clear. Next thing that we're going to do is remove these guys. First we have to unplug them, and then we'll pull them out. To unplug these guys, you have to first press this tab in, and then you can pull down. And same thing on this guy. Little tab here, press in, pull down. Now, sometimes you can just pull these guys straight out like that. If that's not working for you, then you're gonna need a needle nose plier. Actually, I totally just figured it out. You gotta twist it, and then you can pull it out. Now that that single battery harness is out of there, you can take your dual, and we're gonna reverse the steps to put it on. So, just remember, square goes with square, triangle goes with triangle. Pretty hard to mess that up. Those guys are plugged in. We're going to thread this guy through here. This guy goes up here. Nice. All right, red to red, black to black. And we're just going to put these guys back on there. We'll put this plastic cover back on the motor controller, and then we'll redo all those plastic bits.
I believe so. I didn't even know. 20 amp hour. 20
Right.
amps.
And then the last piece.
Yeah. And I think take a little bit wrong.
Cool, cover's back on. Oh. And we're gonna just re-screw it back in. Longer screws up here at the top, shorter ones are these four. Cool, now we're ready to get our second battery prepped. We're gonna need these battery insert dealios. We're gonna plop this guy over, upside down, and we're gonna take these rubber pieces out so we can then put these guys in. You're going to need something small and skinny.
Yeah, we got one.
To push these guys out.
Yep.
All the way around. Okay, now we're gonna take these guys. Very important to do the short end facing towards the middle of the battery. You do this, those holes aren't gonna line up right. So we pop these guys in. One side is gonna be pretty tough. The other side is gonna slide in super smooth. If you're having a hard time, take this guy and we'll just tap it in. Cool. That guy's in, and we'll do all four. All right, I have to go, but my buddy Brian will be here to finish up for you.
What am I doing here? Lexi? So here we are. You're stuck with me. Sorry about that. Next, we got to install the battery bracket. This battery bracket is directional, so you definitely don't want to put it in backwards. If you do, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So you want to make sure the battery is facing you so you can read Segway. And then on the bracket, these little things, the points, should face to the right. So make sure you install it like this. It is possible to install it backwards, but if you put the battery in, you will never get it out. So make sure it's facing like that. Then take the silver screws that are provided and just a regular Phillips head screwdriver, and then get these snug. Now we're gonna install the base plate here. So this is also directional, but you can't put this in wrong because the holes won't line up. So the two holes face the rear like this, just put it in, and then scooch this thing forward until you can see all the screw holes line up. Segway only provides you with 4 screws, so don't freak out. There are 6 holes and 4 screws. Segway is telling you to use this screw, and the top 2. So you use a number 3 Allen key. And again, you're gonna leave these rear holes clear. Now that we've got the plate in, you're almost done. What you wanna do is there's a little hole on the frame on this side of the bike, and you take this battery wire and you're just gonna plug this in right to there. So now that's there. You wanna make sure both of these are coming through before you install the forward battery. Then you take the battery and the plugs face out. And then what you're gonna do is, it's a little tight there, so you gotta kind of get it in there and then slowly move it forward. Real snug. Once you get it here, you'll kind of feel it line up. And then when you feel the brackets are in place, then just slap it forward, like that. Now the battery's locked in. Then you take this you have to open up like that, then it plugs in here, and then close this, and you get a really good solid seal. Then you take your original battery, and then this is just gonna slide right back in. So move that wire out of the way. Make sure these line up. Again, it's real tight, and then just slap that back in there. Then take this, open this up, same exact thing. Plugs in like that. And then when you're in, push that back. And that's what it should look like when you're done. When you've got it here, kind of clean this wire up a little. Then you want to take your battery straps. So they provide you with this second battery strap. Is going to come in on this side. It should hook up right like that. And then comes over the top and hooks in here. And then just tighten this cam. That battery's going nowhere. And then you're going to do the same exact thing with the original battery. The last thing you got to do is make sure your battery's locked in there. So Segway gives you 4 keys. As far as I know, they do the exact same thing. But make sure the battery's pushed in. And then insert whichever key you want. And then you're just going to twist it all the way around. And don't force the key. Make sure the battery is pushed in there before you take it all the way around. Now that battery's not going anywhere. Be careful, don't leave your key in there, because if the crank comes around, you're gonna hit the key and you can bend the key. Not that we've done that. Now that you got both those batteries in, it's time to do the last work, which is the fender. So Lexi, I think, showed you this. This is in there, make sure this is pretty snug. This is a 4, that is, good job, Lexi. Then just take this, play a little game of matchup. Get that in there, and that should be a nice way to hold this for these screws. Okay, now that you've got those installed, you can open this up to take your battery in and out. You don't have to remove the fender every time you do that, which is kind of nice. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side, but that's pretty much it. This is a Xyber from Segway. That's how you install the second battery. Like, subscribe, all the other stuff YouTubers say. And thanks again, we'll see you guys on the road.